Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create this simple fillable form in Word. So I'm just going to reduce the size of this so that we can just see it as we're going along. And as you can probably tell, this is made up with a table. I find using tables are far easier than using just boxes on their own because they tend to move. They're not completely aligned. Sometimes the spacing is a bit off, but also you can use the developer tab to put in these electronic fillable forms. So let's get started and I'll show you how this works as we go. So we'll just click at the top here, go up to insert, go to table, click on the drop down. I'm just going to insert 7 columns and then go all the way down. Then the first thing I do is select the table, go to table layout. In the height up here, I always select this, select 1 and press enter. And then I go along to the alignment tool and align my text to center left. Now I realise this doesn't look anything like our fillable form, but what we can do is merge and split these cells quite easily to ensure we've got the correct alignment between all of the form fields. So the top one here, I'm going to select, make sure you're on table layout, which you will be because you selected the table, and just click merge and then put in your title. Then simply select, go to the home tab, increase the font size, click bold if you want to. Perfect. Now at the end you can see we'll get rid of most of the lines, so don't worry about those just yet. Next thing I'm going to do is select this row, table layout, merge cells, but I'm going to reduce the height of this cell to 0.5, which is the smallest you can make it. That will create the gap. This row here, again merge. Then I'm going to type in some more text. Then I'm going to leave another gap. So I'm going to merge them again, 0.5, press enter. And then here I'm going to put in my first text. So again, merge. Then I'm going to click the star button because those are the fields that need to be filled in, but you don't have to. Go to the home tab, increase the font size, and then you can go ahead and just highlight the star and click red. Now you can do this as you go along, or you can come back at the end and do all the titivation. It's completely up to you. So next we're going to put in this form field, just show you how we're going. So we put in these 3 assets at the top. We're down to gender, and then we're going to do this one here, you can see in this line. So we're going to select it all, again table layout, merge cells. And in here, we're going to put something from the developer tab up here. Now, if you can't see the developer tab, go up to Word, go to Preferences, go to Ribbon and Toolbar, scroll down to the bottom of Customize Toolbar and make sure the Developer tab here is checked, and then just click Save. Then you should have the Developer tab at the top, and here you've got all the assets you need to put in fields for a fillable form. So we're generally going to concentrate on the text box and the combo box. So first we're going to select a combo box, and this basically is a drop down menu. So click on it and you'll see we have this grey shaded area. Right click and go down to properties. Now I tend to want a title at the top of mine, so I'm going to select please select, that's my title. Then I'm just going to put in male, female. You can put in extras if you want, it's up to you. But this one here, I'm just going to select the minus and put it back into the menu here. What I want to do is not put the drop down arrow right next to my text. I want it just a little bit further along. So I'm going to hit the space bar quite a few times. So the drop down arrow is somewhere over here. So when it's over here, the drop down arrow will be about here, not right next to the text. And that's just purely aesthetics. Then I press enter. You can see now it's gone to the bottom of this list and I want it to the top of the list, so it's the title. So go to this arrow here and just move it up through the menu so it's at the top here. Sometimes you'll be asked to change this bookmark, so I'm just going to put gender and press OK. And now you can see we've got this menu here, but I'd like to make the text a bit bigger and also grey it out. So as you can see on this form here, text is a little bit bigger, but yes, I've just remembered that you can't grey out the text on a drop down, but you can for just the text boxes. So I'm just going to click on this and go to home and then just increase the font size to 16 using the increase font size tool there. Then what that means is if I go back to developer, I can take this shading off and then protect the form. Once you've protected the form, you can see all this is greyed out, and I can't go and edit any of this now. If I click on it, it will take me to the first field that I've put in. This is a field where you can enter in text. It won't let me click on this or this. And then if I click on the drop down, you can see my options here. So now we're going to go ahead and create these 3 boxes here. And one of the reasons I've put in so many columns is to enable us to do that quite easily. So the first thing is I need to unprotect the form, select the row, go to table layout, reduce it to 0.5 to give us a nice spacer. You can see we're running out of rows here, so I'm just going to go back up to insert below and just keep clicking that to insert some more rows. Then we're just going to select this row, merge it again, and then we're just going to create some gaps. And then we need to again merge these cells, and inside here we'll put name and then star, increase the font size, change the star to red, and here we'll start with the title. So we merge cells, go to the developer tab, and then we'll put in just a text box here, put the shading back in just so we can see what we're doing, right click, go down to properties, and here you can title your box so that people know what you want in the box. Click OK. And then with this text here, I'm going to go to the Home tab. Once again, increase the font size, and this time I'm going to turn it dark grey. Then I'm going to create a space. So in order to create the spaces, you just need to select a line. So select the cells left and right of the line you want to move, click and just drag it over. And then we want an extra space here. There we go. And then we can merge these 2 cells by going to layout, merge cells. So in here, in the developer tab, we want a text box. And also in here, we also want a text box. So let's just right click, go down to properties, and then I'm going to type in first for your first name. Again, go to the Home tab, select the grey, click twice on increase font, and then in here we're going to go down to properties again. We're going to type in surname, click OK, Home tab, grey, increase twice. Now what I am going to do is just move this line over to match this line, because if I don't, we're going to have a few problems when we try to select the lines, and I'll show you what's happened here. You see this line in between here hasn't come out. Well, in order to make sure that does come out for this form, then I've selected that so that we'll be able to take these lines out and separate them. So I'm going to merge this section and then merge this section, and then it's just easy when I put the lines back in. You don't have to click each individual section to put the line back in. That will all become very, very clear when we go through it. So again, with the height, we're going to create a spacer below everything. So we've got these spacer ones, you can just see them. So for this one, we've got student email and student ID. So we're just going to move this one over. All lines up, and then merge that cell there. So in here, I'm going to just type student email, and in this one, student ID. Then we can select both of these, Home tab, increase the font size to 16, and then we can change the stars to red, and this is the font color. Then we need another space, so merge them again, and then 0.5 for that spacer row. And now we're just going to divide these up again so they're the same as the above. And we'll merge these 2 and then merge these. Then we're going to go to the developer tab as well, and here we'll need a text box and another text box. And then this one we can just leave clear. Now, just so that you're aware, if you go down to properties on one of these text entries, you can limit the length of characters that you put in each box. So if your student ID number should only be 8 characters, you can limit this to 8 and then click OK. So when you come to, if you go and protect the form, and when I type, as soon as it gets to 8 and stop, it just stops allowing you to type. So you can restrict them if you want to. So I'm just going to delete those numbers. I go to the Home tab and I'm going to increase that box to 16, so when the student types, the same text size comes up on each box. Then we're going to go for a spacer again. And then this time we're going to use another combo box. Right click, go to properties, then once again type please select, and then lots of space bars afterwards, and then click add or just press enter. Then you can put your classes in, and then you can click OK. We're just putting classes in the bookmark down here and click OK. Then go up to the Home tab, increase the font size. Now you have your drop down. Now if you obviously want more than one class, what you can do is just press the return key twice, select the box by clicking and dragging across it, Command or Control C to copy, Command or Control V to paste, and you'll have an additional box. So if you're taking 2 classes, you can do this, you can do it again for 3 classes, so on and so forth. So there are the boxes there. Then we're going to go down to do another spacer. So we'll go to merge cells, 0.5, press enter, and then we're going to insert some more rows. Then is this next one, we're going to split it again. So I'm just going to move, in fact what we can do with the next 3 rows, we can just select those 6 cells, just move this over, do this to this side, just move that over, and then we can merge these cells and these. Let's just make one more row under there, merge those cells and merge these. Now we're just going to add one more row because we're going to take this one again down to 0.5 as a spacer, and then in here we're just going to put emerge. In fact this one needs to be taken down to 0.5 as well because that's also a spacer, but I'm not going to, I can merge these cells but I'm not going to merge the ones in the middle because of how I'm going to do the border lines. Just makes it a little bit easier. And then here we can put emergency contact. Again, you can customize all this to suit your needs. Obviously you may need more or less, but this is just showing you the process and how you can go ahead and customize your very own. And again, merge that. Let's see if I can copy this one. So I've clicked on it, it's all highlighted. I press Command or Control C to copy, Command or Control V. Now obviously you don't want the word country in there, but if I now right click and go down to properties, I can just change this for telephone number and then press OK, and obviously I don't have to do all the customizations. So once you've finished your form, you'll want to take out these border lines. So select the whole table by clicking on this top left square, go to table design, and over here you've got all your borderline customization menus. So I'm going to take out all of my borders, and then I'm also going to click and go down to view grid lines. Now viewing the grid lines means that they won't print, but it's just a guide to see where all those cell lines are. Then I'm going to go to this border painter here, click on it, and what I can do is I can click on all the lines. In fact, let's just click off the table. I can click on all the lines I want. So I want to put a box around the gender one. You can see me just clicking this paintbrush over the lines to select each line I want. Okay, so once you're happy, take off the grid lines. Then you can see the lay of the land. And there's a couple of other customizations you can do. If you select anywhere in the table, go back to the developer tab, you can take off the shading, which is here, and you have a more succinct form. You can see I've missed a borderline out here. So I can just go back to table design and I can put in that right hand border. There you go. And this is where you're able to see if you've missed any lines out. So if you want a slightly thicker line at the top here, you can simply change the thickness of the line. I'll go down to 3 points, go to border painter, and then if I click on this line, you can see that's now a lovely thick line. So in order to protect this form, you have to go to the developer tab, you have to protect the form. This means no editing can now be done on this form. And the only way people can fill this out is by clicking on the various menus. And then in the placeholders, they'll just need to click or double click and select the whole of this section. And then they can just type in. So once you're happy, you can go ahead and save this as a PDF or a Word document. If you can't be bothered to make this form yourself, then I will leave a link in the description below for where you can download it. And I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.